little bit of a tough loss. So I think we know the way you guys came back and all. And I mean, did you feel like you could have gotten a point or two out of here tonight?
Well, I thought the game early was obviously real loose, and I would bet that Dean says they didn't play their best. You know, certainly there was a lot of chances kind of getting flung around both ways without teams necessarily having to earn it. I thought they were able to get to their game better than we were as the game went along. You know, we had some fight back in the third. At the end of the day, our power play scores a goal was real good late. We need that to be that way in the first. You know, like that we're up to nothing. We have a power play. And we give up 3 chances, basically. You know, that's a huge momentum killer there. So to me, that was a huge difference in the game. Obviously, special teams played a huge factor.
Yeah, that's my follow-up. Special teams at 3 goals against like that. That's a killer.
Yeah, you're not going to win on the road, you know, without a really good penalty kill and without a power play that can smell blood and it's timely and is dangerous. And again, I think our power play has been going pretty good, but I thought we were super lackadaisical on that first power play, and that can't happen. We got to smell blood at that point and make sure that we, you know, try to get another one on the board. And then, you know, obviously our kill's got to be better than that. I think our kill has been good. I think it's been good throughout the season, even though the numbers won't. It's as you know, it's in the upper echelon. I think there's been lots of the year where it has been like that, but certainly tonight we didn't win enough battles tonight. Was what it came down to.
Dylan kind of mentioned it before. It's kind of like it's one of those momentum buildings that you guys said. Was that part of what was happening there when you were going 4 or 5 straight goals there? Yeah,
you know, it's a really good building there. They obviously their fans are excited about their team as they should be, and you know, I think almost every building's a momentum building, and so to win on the road, you have to limit the opportunities of the other team. I've said that lots. Continue to say it until we can do a better job of it. So you know, part of that is killing penalties at critical moments. Part of that is making sure you're better defensively.
Yeah. Was this a good learning experience maybe for some of the younger players that this is how intense games are going to be every night now?
Yeah, that's a good point. I thought we had a lot of guys not nearly on their A game, you know, and not just young, but just enough guys not nearly on their A game, and we can't afford that. We're going to play a whole group of teams here that are you know, some of the upper echelon teams in the league. If you want to win, you have to be as close to your game as possible every single night, and I didn't think we were there, and not enough guys for sure. The level of intensity is going to continue to ramp up here the last 30 games. The goals, you know, even though it didn't happen tonight, lots of times they get harder to come by. So we better make sure we ramp our game up as well.
The decision to pull Djokovic with almost 6 minutes to go, does that factor into that your opponent is a Western Conference team? Like, you know, that's quite a chunk of time left.
You know, you can kind of look at it a lot of different ways. Ultimately, they are a good defensive team, and you know, we had scored a good chunk already, but they're a good defensive team, and I didn't think we had generated a lot. We have a face off in the offensive end, so we can kind of dictate the terms a little bit. You don't know when you're going to get that opportunity. You're going to put your good, you know, top end lined out there at that point. If you don't pull them, then you might be down to 3 minutes. I didn't think that was enough time for us. So, you know, I felt real strong. It was the right decision. Certainly we created lots off it. We ended up drawing a power play and then score off it. We're in a little bit of a tough situation then though, because those guys have been on the ice for so long. You know, if anything, potentially I could have potentially waited on that second pull. That would be the one that where I think you can make it an argument both ways. But those are the decisions we made.
Vladislav, any update on his injury when he practice yesterday?
I'd say he's day to day. He, you know, we had hoped he could play today, and obviously wasn't able to. So I'd say he's day to day.
Upper or lower?
Lower.
Nothing on Zoom. We're all set. Oh,
Ted,
one follow up.
I think we talked a little bit about Lindstrom earlier in the week. He gets the goal tonight. It just his development the last few weeks or so, or even before that, he's really becoming kind of a stabilizing force back there for it seems like.
Yeah, he's doing a good job. You know, he's a big defenseman that can defend well. Has a really good first pass. I think he can score. You know, I think if he keeps shooting, he can score. I think he rang one off the crossbar later in the game. So you know, he's a guy that can add some of that. I don't think he's going to add lots of offense, but I think he can be a guy who can play against big men, defend well. He's got to keep working at his skating, which he is doing. So you know, we're going to need him to be good as we move forward here.
Lucas, I think this was only his 4th penalty or something. How important is it that for a guy who, you know, is subject to a lot of defensive play, gets him doesn't retaliate, doesn't take a lot of,
Yeah, he does a real good job of that. The only times that he's got to make sure he focuses on is making sure that he's moving his feet, and that's what happened on that one. He reached instead of moved his feet.